Okay, let's start. Okay, let's start. Welcome everyone to join us today. So we will have today we will have uh okay today we will doing something. Okay, so today the is a very interesting topic for today. So it's called web scraping. So before we start, I would like to ask you to put your name in the chat, so we know you attend the class. So this is one thing I like to ask you first. So what the first thing, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. Okay, so today we will cover is called web scraping. So the web scraping, what is web scraping? So the web scraping means we right now we have everything in the internet. So everything in the internet, we want usually we visit the website, and then we want to get the information. So we give the input, and then after we provide the input, and then we will have the output. So the output, and then usually we using the copy and paste if you want to see the result. So what web scraping do is simulate what we do, but then the computer, the program simulate the click, and then simulate after we visit the website, and then based on the website, we may provide the input or get some information from the website, and then we will see the information. So this is what we want to do today. So the first thing is the HTML and the DOM. What is HTML? So HTML is a hyperlink text manipulation language. So let me go through another one. So okay. So here you will see I have a note here. So the note here you will see so the HTML is a hyperlink markup language. I believe most of you may be already familiar with the HTML. So the HTML, we have HTML element. So what is HTML element? They consider they consider the tag. For example, P for paragraph, and then we have content, and we have end tag. So the can you see my screen? It's too small, right?
No, I can see it because I'm
Okay,
able to
good.
zoom in just a little bit.
Wonderful. Thank you. Okay, so the HTML, the first one is what is the HTML element? So the HTML element consider the tag, and then we have content, and then we have end tag. So here, for example, this one is the P is tag, and then slash P is end tag, and the hello world is content. So this one is the syntax of the HTML element, and sometimes we do not need end tag. For example, if we want to see the image, then we do not need the end tag. And then HTML, and then what is HTML? Okay, so this is the example of HTML element. And then we also need to ask what is the HTML attribute? So the HTML attribute it, is give you some more information what you want to do. For example, if you want get the ID, and you want to get the class, or you want to get the link. then using the href. So the attribute let the HTML know what you like to do. So so we have a bunch, for example, by this list give you some example or give you some example uh, of the attribute. So this one just for your reference. So quite often we will using the name as an attribute. And then so this is HTML looks like. So you will see started from HTML, and then we have head, and we talking about title. Title is attribute. So the attribute, and then so this is follow the syntax of the element. So this one is HTML element, and then under the element there is a tag, there is a content, and then and the tag, and then so the tag is kind like attribute. So the DOM DTM I'm sorry, is DTM. The DT okay, this one should be DOM DOM. So the DOM is a document object module. So because of the computer, you see the HTML. HTML is what you write, but then what inside in the computer. So what inside the computer, they using the tree structure. So they convert, the system will convert the HTML to the DOM. So this one, you will see this is the tree structure look like. Okay, so the next page, the next one we were talking about. So here give you some example. What is HTML? What is DOM? And then so the right hand side do have some tree structure and relative to HTML. But so the DOM is used by is processed by the computer. So just remember. So the next slide. Next slide, we will so today our lesson is based on Selenium. So there is so many tools, so they can do the web scraping, web scraping. But for us, we using the Selenium to do the web scraping. So the Selenium, what is good for the Selenium? It is open source, and also we can have a dynamic content. We can provide, for example, we can provide the username and the password, and then for the login. So and also they also important part of Selenium is the WebDriver. So let's just see what is the WebDriver. So here the WebDriver. So the WebDriver, in order to use the Selenium, you need import the WebDriver first. So the WebDriver is the main interface, control the browser, control the browser like a Chrome, Firefox. So, for example, here, we after so that if we want to connect it to the Chrome, the Google Chrome, and then we using the driver equal WebDriver the Chrome. So important part is the WebDriver is connected to the website. So the website browser. So the website browser maybe Chrome, maybe the Firefox. So and so on. So just remember, the WebDriver is the interface between the code, our coding and the browser. And then this also need to understand what is the WebDriver manager. So the WebDriver manager, because we we have set up for the browser driver for Selenium, and then so the what web we can set up maybe manually, but then the WebDriver manager they can it is a Python library, so the web WebDriver manager they are able to set up the driver for us. So for example, the clone. So we will have the clone, and then they will outload, and then they will also do the manual version control. And then so in this case, because the WebDriver manager will automate to load the driver. So in this case, it is much easier for us. There is another one is called Cron. Okay, here the Cron service. So the Cron service in the Selenium. So the Cron service in the Selenium, they control how cron driver execute and launch and manage. So for example, which port is running, and then logging the behavior, and then start and stop the driver processing. So we will see this one in the code in the demo part. So this one, I believe this is important concept. Understand what is the web driver and what is the web manager, and then the cron services. This one is new. This started from Selenium version 4. We also will cover a little bit of this. So here, okay, here you will see there is the import. For example, we cover the Selenium import WebDriver, and then this is WebDriver common by. So the by is classes is classic. They will help us to locate what element we need, and then they have different locator. So this one is the common by, and then this is WebDriver wait, because when the WebDriver maybe need time to load. So we need WebDriver load. So this one is support utility. And another one, okay, another one is called another one also is support is WebDriver support. They called expected condition. So they will have a certain rule. They have certain rule predefined certain rule, and then they will be based on the certain rule, and then wait until the condition meet. So this one, and also the next one is option. So the option is we have the when we select when we try to define the driver. So we need to give them the options. For example, we want to headless. So we want to headless means they will not display the website. So this one is handled under the option. And another one is we have exception. So if we try to allocate try to run the code, and then the code didn't find anything, and then we will have some exception. So basically, this one is the import. We will see more import in the later maybe. Okay, this one is a little bit difficult concept. So we're talking about the important part for us is locate the element. But sometimes if they, for example, they don't have a class, they don't have ID, or the class and ID maybe not unique. So in this case, we're using the CS selector. So the CS selector, I think here is some syntax. We will not go through the syntax, but I like to give you some example. So the example here, you will see the CS selector. So so this one they are handled. So okay, so we're talking about okay, class is attribute. Class is attribute, but the class sometimes cannot handle very well. So they are missing dynamic or generic. So in this case, we were using the XPath and the CS selector to to locate the element. So we will see what is their attribute, their structure, and their position, and to locate the element. So CSS selection and XPath is different from different from another selector. We also will see this one in the demo code. So here I give you example. So in the here for example, we have a login. So the login, we give the password and username, and then after the login, and we will click submit. So the click submit, they will give the link. So here we using the CS selector because submit doesn't know the class or the user ID. So the best way is using the, so we're talking about if the class is missing or ambiguous, and then we use the CS selector. So this is the syntax. So you provide the attribute is input, and then what is the name of the what is you want to you want to you want to find the element. So we're using the submit. So usually the submit is a button in the website. So basically we click the submit, and then how do they will give you a link, and how do we get a link? We usually using the example here to get a link. So the next one, so this one is CS selector. A little bit for me, I find a little bit confusing. But then I think it's okay if we see the demo, and then you will understand. And then if don't dig too much, because if you dig, because probably all the Selenium is new to you. So if you spend too much for the details, and then you might not get the full picture. So just try to find something basic, and then after you're familiar with the basic, and go further. So the next one is okay. This one is we were using this one very often. So for example, we're talking about CS selector. So the any CS selector, for example, we're talking about here. So here we have the input. So this is the CS selector. So you will see the CS selector also is part of the by, but then they have more selector. So sometimes we also the selector also named as a locator. So because they help us to locate the element. So what? Okay, here you will see there is so many by selector. We will see, for example, the first one is ID. For example, the user when we have the password, and then we have the ID. We can use the by ID to locate the element, and then for the class name. For the class name, the different class name, in our example, there is a quote, there is a text, there is author. So this is the class name. And the link text. So link text is the one they have a link, and the link they have some content, and we want to see if this content is in the link text or not. And then partial link text is the link text is you must is the whole link need a match, and the partial link text is partial. You don't need a match the whole link as long as you match something, and it will give you the link. And then another one is the name. So the name for example the username, and then the tag name and the XPath. So this we already covered a little bit here. So here, for example, so this is the example for all the by selectors. Before the button is by selectors. So for example, we're talking about ID get password, and then by express, and we get the we get the different we have a different selector, and then to get whatever we need. Okay, so here, so okay, so this is the XSpace. So the XSpace usually we will find this is the path expression. So the path expression, for example, okay. So let's walk through the so when the CS selector is not sufficient, and we were using the XSpace. So the XSpace, for example, the ID is not unique, or the ID is not unique, and then we or missing, and then we can use the XSpace. So the XSpace is based on the visible text. We will see this one in the demo, and then we can find we can use relative selection. So here, for example, here if you use the slash, using slash is absolute hash, and then we can use the double slash. The double slash is relative, and we can use the parents or the current node to see this one. And here also the at this one is attribute selector. For example, select X class. Again, the node selection. So the node selection so this is the node selection. So okay, so we can okay. So here we will try to see the XSpace. So the XSpace is XML path language. So the strategy when the class name aren't clear. So here we have an example. So we using the quote to find this one is the usually we will see about you will see the about button. So when you see the about button, this one will also so this comment this code will give you the link of the when you for the about, and then there is another procedure to get the link, and we will see this one later. So here I also provide some example for so the usually you will see there is a target. So this one will be have the target, and then A, and then this one is too complicated. So I just provided the information to you, and later on you can see what it looks like in the when we do the demo. Okay, so this one is just give some idea what to do the XBase selectors. So the syntax for the selectors. So here they will handle dynamic and generate the contents. Generate the contents. Yeah. Okay, so here we talking about managing request. So what is the mean managing request? So the managing request, for example, we talking about we try to ask the information here. There is a code WebDriver wait. So the WebDriver wait will wait 10 minutes. And then after 10 seconds, I'm not sure it's 10 seconds or 10, probably 10 seconds. And then we can use the EC. We talk about the EC is a predict condition. And then we will what you want to locate. You want to locate a port, and then what is the locator name? The name or select name is a class name. So so this one basically they will try to load, but then they will wait until all the condition meet. The another one, okay. So another one is using a partial link text, partial link text. So this one is you can manage your request. You can manage your request. Here is another example. Is called the ethics. What this mean is ethics means we try to get the web cracking, but then the web cracking some website maybe not good. So the website is not good. So there is one file is called robust text. So the robust text will give you robust text will give you some idea. Here you will see they have the user agent. Here you will see the user agent Google bot disallow, and also so the syntax they will give you the user agent, and then we will give you the agent name, and then they will give you allowed or disallowed. So this one will give you some idea of robust text. You can see the robust text probably maybe so here, okay, we will see the robust text. Maybe you can click this one letter and then see the robust text. So any questions so far?
Not yet. Thank you.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you. Okay, so if you don't have any question, let's go to the demo part. Okay, the demo part. This time I using the Jupyter for my demo. So so basically we were using the transcript. So here we will see this one. You will see. Okay, let me show you the transcript. So the quote transcript. Okay. the quote trans okay, this is the quote transcript website looks like. So they will give you the quotes, and then they will give you here they will give you the author name, and then they will give you the about, and then they will have the change. They have a tag. So the tag is a different tag for this quote. And then each page they have each page they have each page they have 10 quotes. And then after 10 quotes, and you can use the next and then get the result. So let's go to okay, let's go to here first. Here so we have different examples. We have a different example, and then different example we use a different selector by selector. So here the first one is the we need download, we need import all we need import all the packages. So we talking about the web chunk already. So the web chunk is a connection, is an interface between your code and then chunk browser. So this is the so here you will see we have Selenium WebDriver, and okay, I think let me go through this one first. So here this is the code. This is the code to set up the driver. So what is the WebDriver? So the WebDriver the WebDriver you will see we define the WebDriver. So here we want to connect with the com. So and then you can specify the options. So here we specify the options. So that you just remember the headless. So the headless means if you try to use the web scraping and you specify headless, then the website will not appear. But if you don't specify the headless, then the website will appear, but it will disappear very soon. So here the setup the option, the setup driver because we have so many code, we need using the setup. So the setup the setup we define a function, and then the function so just remember the driver is the driver is web driver WebDriver com. So this is the web driver. So you still remember how we so the import in here we need import Selenium WebDriver. So this is the one we need import. So after import this one, so I think I like to share some knowledge with you. Here we talking about the webcom. So the webcom is basically the interface between the Python and also com browser. So the so so the when we specify WebDriver com, and then we define the driver. So that define the driver. So they will connect it to the website. Connected to the website. So here, okay, I think there is a different flavor. How do you set up the driver? So the first one is very simple. You don't specify anything, just WebDriver com. And then the second one is we specify the WebDriver com, and then we mention about the service equal com service. So this means the first one they will assume the com driver is pre-installed, and then the second one the driver service. So they will also assume the COM driver is pre-installed. And then they also give you the control for the services. For example, so here we talk about what is the control services. So the control services, is where is the COM driver located and what is the port number. So this one is the COM services. And then the third one is more complicated. So the third one is more complicated. You provide the service, and then install, then provide, then com ask a com driver manager to install the driver, to install the com driver. So this one is more complicated. So this case is you don't need to worry about what is the version and what is the pace, what is the location. So this one is advanced. So just give you some example. How do you define driver is based on what you need. So here is very simple. In our case, we just using the webcom. So we assume the driver already, the com driver already installed. So this one is the COM driver. So we install, so the COM driver already installed. So this one is just to give you some knowledge about the how do you define the driver. So the next one is the example. So okay, so the next one is the example for. Okay, next one is example. Let me see if I can show you the, okay. Okay, I'm not sure. Do you know how to get HTML code when you visit the website? So there is a resource. So when you right click, and then they will show you resource. So when you click a resource, and you will see the HTML. So HTML. So we HTML, we have, so that here you will see the first one is the class is a quote, and then the second one is a text. So the text they give you all the quotation, and then the next one is author. So the author they also give you what is the author name, and then they also give you about. Okay, after this one, and we have a tag. So if you remember the tag, they can have more than one tag. So here is the situation. So so when we see the code, when we define, when we want to get the quotation from the first page, this code here is the purpose here. So here, so we set up. So here we talking about, okay. So we need to set up the driver. So we need to set up the driver. So we using the headless equal true. So they will not display the website. And then the next one is driver get. So this one is what is the website you want to browse. You want to do the web scraping. So this one is the quotation, the quotes. So this one is quotes. And then we talking about the WebDriver wait. So the WebDriver wait is wait for 10 minutes. Okay, so the next one. So after WebDriver wait. Let me show you what is the WebDriver wait for. Okay, so the WebDriver wait is Selenium the class, and then the wait in the wait here is the WebDriver object. So the wait until the situation here we want to wait up to certain time until element with class name quote are present in the DOM, and then return a list. So the EC, we EC is a predefined condition, and then by class name quote, we locate this is locator tuple. So the locator tuple, we want to get the quote in the HTML. So okay, so this okay. Another one is important part. Let me walk through this one first. So you will see when we find the element. So we find the element, we will see there is one is called dot txet. So the dot txet. So the is web element property. So the what is the text do what is the property doing? So the property doing will convert extract the visible text type from the list. So it means the DOM doesn't look very is not very friendly to take a look, and then we need using the text and then convert it to become visible. So this one, so just remember. Okay, so here I also there is another flavor of the finder element. So here we want to find the element for the quote. For the class name is equal quote. So if we using the finder element, they will just give you the first one. But if we using the finder, so there is another flavor is called find elements. So if we find the elements, then they will give you the whole bunch. So this one is just to give you some idea the flavor. Okay, here let's go walk through this one. So we want to find the first page. So we using the driver get this website, and then we wait for 10 minutes, and then we want to wait. So this is the wait pass to until and pass to the EC, the purpose EC, and then so this purpose is we want to get quotes under the class name from HTML. So we want to get the all the class name equal quotes. And after we get the class name equal quotes, we want to get the result. So the next one. So remember here. Okay, remember here, So another example, we can use using the quotes equal driver find elements. So this one is much simple. So if you don't want to using the wait until, and then you can use using this alternator to get quotes. So the next one is try to scan every quote in the quotes, and then here so what we remember I'm talking about the text is the quotation. So and also I mentioned about we want to the one we want to get we want to visible. So we need to put dot text, and then there is also class name called author, and there is a class name called tag. So the class name tag, because the tag is more than one, so we use a comprehension list to get all the tags and become a list. And then after done this one, and then we put it into append to a list. After we append this, and then we print the first page. So this one is the first page, and then so the finally is the driver quit. The driver quit. We close all the everything append. We close every driver. So this is the close append. So after we define the function, and then we call the function, and then they call the function, and then they will give you all the information. For example, the text is the quote, and then the first quote is from Albert Einstein, and then the tag is change, deep thought, think word. So there's a different, and then they get all the 10 quotes. So this is the function. So this one is important. Is you need you after you define the driver, and then you need to determine which website you want to do, which website, and then after website, and then you depend because you want to get the quote information, so all the quotation information, and then based on the structure. Based on the structure, I think I show you the structure. So they have a quote. Under quote, they have the text. They have the author, and then they have a tag. So this is based on the structure to get the information. So the next one. So the next one will. Okay, okay, the next one will we would do the next. So remember in the website the button is the next. So the button is the next. So they relative they relative to the website the link for the website. So then we were using the partial link next to get the information. So here you will see you will see in here I do not using the driver function. So the driver function, and here I using the one I mentioned about different flavor to get the driver, and then so after we get the driver, and then the same thing we get the quote, and then we get we get a quote, and then after okay, so here is after we get here is we get the quote, and then we get quotes, and then after we get quotes, and then we print the information. After we print the information, and then we using another allocator to find the element. So we using the partial link. We find do they have a next? So you click next, so they will print the next page. And then after 10, this one have 10 pages. After 10 pages, and then they will not nothing, and then they will exception. So the exception, they will after expression, and then you can so it's done. So here is the result. Here is the result. So okay. So the next one, the next example, we were using the XSpace. So the XSpace, I define so the XSpace, I define a little bit of detail about what is XSpace and what is the XSpace syntax. So usually we have our tag name, and then we have a, and we have attribute, we have the value. So for example, here, the here is the example. The we have okay. So we talk about slash two two slash is relative relative, and div is attribute, and then attribute. This one is okay. This one is the this one we want to see the class, and we want to see the quote, see the quote. So another one is the dynamic AI. So the dynamic is a dynamic express. So the dynamic express, so you can you so here we have called content and about. So this is a dynamic path. So let's walk through. Oh, okay. So another one concept is also very important. So you have execute script. So we're talking about we get a link, and after the link, and then we need to pass information to the JavaScript. So the JavaScript will execute the command, and then processing, and then you get the result. So here is the execute script. So the execute script, so for example, there is also link, and then argument click. So this one basically will pass. So this one is similar to the author link click. So the author link click. So this one is the one. So this one is just a little bit advanced. Give you some example how the JavaScript can work with Selenium and pass the information to you. So let's walk through the example here. So the example here, we want to see the author detail, and then the parameter is author name. So the parameter is author name, and then so after after we get the quote, and after we get the quote, after we get quote, after we get quotes, and from the quotes, we want to see here we get an author element. So the author element, and then from the author, okay. So we get the author element, and then we want to check if the author name is then in the author element. If yes, and then we were using we were using the XSpace. So the XSpace the text content. Oh, okay. So this text means we want to become invisible, and the about. So what we want to get about. So in the example okay, okay in the code description, I do mention about the I do mention about this one. Okay. Okay, I think I mentioned about oh, okay, here. So here the dot slash slash a. This one is relative, and then is relative to the quote view. So here we have the quote. So this one the A is anchor, and then what is inside of the anchor. So we want to search inside the quote, and then content text about. So the text we want to see visible text include the word about. So this is what we want to do. So after we done this one, after we done this one, so okay, so we got the author link. So after we got the author link, so we find the author name match the author name element list, and then we get the using the XSpace to get the author link. So the author link, and then what we want to do the next. So this is what we want to do for the next. So we want to pass the author link as a parameter and to the JavaScript, and then click. So after this, after JavaScript done this one, and then we will get the information. We will get info. We will get the information. So we got the class name, author details. So after we got the class name, author details, and then we display the information. So the information will give you some detailed information. So here we using the Steve Martin to do for the processing. So they give you the information. So important part is understand how to using the by XSpace, and then what is the button, what what is information. For example, we talking about the what is the word you want to search inside the link. So here is the one. So this is example for you you want to get also detail. And then the next one is the filtering. So the filtering is we talking about the tag. The tag, they have different tag for every quote. And then this example is we want to get the tag for the miracle. So the get tag for the miracle. So the same thing. We after we get the driver, and then we started to processing, and then we have a quote with tag define empty list. So here you will see the tag name. So the tag name, this one will be okay. So here what we want to get. So we wait the driver and okay. So here you will see this one. We have a tag name. We want to go to the tag, and then the tag name is a miracle. So the tag name, so they will go to the miracle, and then try to find all the court they have tag as a miracle. So here, and then after we get quotes. Okay, so right now is so under the after we get this one, and then they will display for the one with miracle, and then inside the miracle they will display what is the quote looks like. So we can after get driver get, and then we will see under this tag what is the quote, what is the quote inside the tag, and then we processing like before. And then we also find do they have a next button, and if they have next, then if they have next, we using the partial link text, and then to get to the next page. If not, and then we just return the quote tag. So here, for example, the miracle only one quote is they have a miracle code. So this this is using the tag. So the example 5, oh, okay. So this one is we want to use the login. So we want to use the login. So the login in the login page, after you click login page, and then they have a username field. So the username field here we using the by ID, and then we get the username. And then after username, and then we also find element password. So when we get the username, we wait a little bit, but for the password, we do not wait. We just directly get the password. and then after we submit the username and the password as admin. Okay, the next one is using the CS selector. So we mentioned about CS selector. So here we are using the CS selector, and then the input type is submit. So the input site is submit, and then after submit, after we have the submit button, and we click we click and then they will so after click, and then we can get the quotes, and then we can print the first page. So this one the different here is we using the CS selector, and using the input type equal submit, and then after input code equal submit, and we using the submit button click to send the information over, and then after send the information over, and then we can get the quotes. So this is the concept here. So here we say, okay. So the next one, we will cover. We already get the information. After we get the information, and then we want to put in the export to the CSV file or the JSON file, and what we want to do. So here we have a script. Okay. So this script is exported to the CSV file. So we have export the CSV file. So we using the function. We using the functions script first page quote, and then we get the quote, and after quote we want to save to the CSV file. So here so we want to save to the CSV file. So okay, here I think I would suggest the encoding. So the encoding I would suggest using the E2F dash add and dash SIG. So in this case, they will not give you the funny code. So for my another example, I using the CTF dash 8. They give me the funny character for the quotation, for the double quotation. So if you do the test, try to using the UTF-A-6 for the put into a CSV file. So here a little bit it's just check Python code how to write the CSV file, and then the quote because the tag is a list. So we want to convert text to the string. So this is one doing. And then for the JSON, for the JSON is also is very similar. So the JSON so you open okay. So this is the file. This is the file you want to save, and then the similar, so very similar. Probably JSON is much easier than the CSV file. So I think the next one is the error handling. I believe we already using the try and the accept. Okay, we already using the try block. So the example here. So example here is they try to okay. Example here, they give you the example, and then they want to retry. So this code is from Tom. So they do specify how many times you want to retry, but it is not give you how do you do the retry. So you can read the code by yourself for this one. So any information so far? Any questions so far? So I think this cover today today's the demo and the presentation. So if you don't put your name in the list, please do in the chat, please do. So any questions so far? So if you don't have any question, thank you for joining the group session today, and bye bye.